Is your summer going to lead you to a very hungry fall? What is going on, guys? My name is Chris Elliott, team leader of the Elliott Real Estate team based out of Glen Allen, Virginia. What I want to talk to you guys today is a phenomenon that I've seen across the board with agents. I've personally been guilty of it myself, is taking too much time off, being too unfocused in the summer months, enjoying a little bit too much of the summer months, and that leading to a lack of production in the fall months, which I certainly don't want for any of you. So in this video today, I'm going to give you 5 tips that I've found that have helped me keep my focus in the summer months, which have led to productive August, September, Octobers, and Novembers. So first and foremost, we need to decide when we are going to be working and when we are going to take off, right? We want to go ahead and plan that time off, because if you're somebody like me, if you don't plan that time off, it just never happens. And that leaves you operating at a reduced capacity if you're just kind of reluctantly going to work every day, or if you're all work and no play, right? So we want to decide when we want to take that time off, but we also want to decide what days we're actually going to be working, right? We need to commit to those days, so that way, if the lake is looking good, if the weather's nice and the pool's, call our name, we've got to be disciplined to say, hey, no, you know what? I decided to put work in today. I decided this is going to be a working day, and I'm going to stick to that schedule, right? Secondly, as best as possible, take the time off when you're actually taking time off, right? If you never rest and recharge, if you never spend that time reconnecting with the family, if you're on your phone the whole time while you're on vacation, you're not going to get the benefit from the vacation, and it's just going to leave you needing more, wanting more vacation, right? I don't subscribe to the belief that, like, hey, we work from anywhere and you should be on the pool, on the phone. In my view, that's just not a vacation, right? So take that time off when you're taking your time off. To help you do that, that leads me to point number 3, put together your out-of-town coverage team, right? So if you're on a team, this is very simple. You can, work it out with your team leader, with the other teammates, where they can take over your clients while you're out of town. What I've personally done in the past when I didn't have a team was I partnered with other agents in my office. I had them help me out on showings, on attending inspections, attending closings, whatever the case was. And then I usually dedicated about an hour or 2 for me, generally in the afternoons when my kids were napping, where I was going to return phone calls, do emails, put out fires, whatever I needed to do. But I decided up front that, hey, it was going to be this hour or 2 in the afternoon. It wasn't like my phone was on the whole day. Very early in my business, when I was reluctant to do this, I would literally hand my phone over to my wife and she would hide it. And then I wouldn't get it until 1 in the afternoon or 2 in the afternoon or whatever the case was, right? But put together that coverage team that's going to take a lot of that stress off you. 4th, decide on and stick to a daily schedule, right? So just because we're working, just because it's a work day, just because we're showing up, we still need to be disciplined and get the most out of the time. So just like we want to decide what days we're going to be off and what days we're going to be on, we want to decide within those days that we're on, what are we going to be doing? Where do we need to spend our most time? We don't want to just show up to the office and kind of goof off. We want to be productive in that time, right? So time block and stick to that time block. And then last but not least, realize that the work you put in today, in July, in August, is going to lead to and determine the size of the paychecks, or whether or not you actually get paychecks in September, October, and November. So if you want to have food on the table come Thanksgiving, make sure you're keeping your foot on the pedal during the summer months, so that way you don't end up broke and hungry in the fall. So hope this was useful. If you guys have any questions, comments, throw them down below or shoot me a DM, and we'll see you next week.